Spud loved his couch. It was his sanctuary, a place where he could escape from the world and lose himself in the comfort of its cushions. It was big and comfy, just like him. Spud had spent countless hours lounging on this couch, finding solace in its embrace. He had everything he needed within reach, a remote, snacks, and a giant TV. His little world was complete with these simple pleasures. Every day was the same for Spud. He had a routine that he rarely deviated from, finding comfort in the predictability of his life. He would wake up, grab a snack, and watch TV. He watched cartoons, movies, and even the Weather Channel. Each program was a window into a different world, yet he remained firmly planted in his own. The variety of shows kept him entertained, but they also kept him isolated. The world outside seemed so far away. Spud didn't mind. The world outside seemed so far away. Spud didn't mind. He had convinced himself that he didn't need anything beyond his cozy living room. He had everything he needed right here. Or so he thought. But sometimes, late at night, he would catch himself staring out the window, wondering if there was more to life than his familiar routine. One day, something strange happened. Spud was watching his favorite show when suddenly the TV turned off. He grabbed the remote and pressed the power button. Nothing. Spud was confused. He pressed the button again and again. Still nothing. He felt a strange feeling, something he hadn't felt in a long time, unease. What was he supposed to do now? Spud slowly got up from his couch. The room was filled with the soft hum of the television, but his mind was elsewhere. He had been inside for so long, the outside world felt like a distant memory. He walked over to the window and peeked outside. The sun was shining. Birds were singing. The gentle rustling of leaves in the breeze seemed to call out to him, inviting him to step out and join the world. Kids were laughing in the park across the street. Their carefree joy was infectious, and for a moment Spud felt a pang of nostalgia for simpler times. It was a world of vibrant colors and sounds. The park was alive with activity, a stark contrast to the quiet solitude of his living room. Hesitantly, Spud opened the door and stepped outside. The first step felt monumental, as if he was crossing an invisible barrier between his old life and a new beginning. He took a deep breath. The air was crisp and invigorating, filling his lungs with a sense of renewal and possibility. The air felt fresh and clean. It was a stark contrast to the stale, recycled air inside his home. He had forgotten what it was like to be outside. The world was full of life and wonder, and Spud felt a spark of excitement ignite within him. This was just the beginning of his rediscovery. Spud walked towards the park. He saw a swing set and decided to give it a try. He closed his eyes and kicked his little legs. Up he went. The wind blew through his potato skin. It was exhilarating. He saw some kids throwing rocks into the pond. They made satisfying splashes. Spud picked up a smooth, flat rock and tried it himself. Plop! He giggled. It was fun. As Spud was skipping rocks, he felt the cool breeze on his face and watched the ripples spread across the water. He noticed a little boy sitting by himself. The boy looked sad, his shoulders slumped and his eyes fixed on the water as if searching for something lost. Spud, feeling brave, went up to him and said hello. He introduced himself with a warm smile, hoping to cheer the boy up. The boy's name was Chip. He seemed hesitant at first, but soon opened up to Spud's friendly demeanor. Chip told Spud he had lost his favorite toy boat in the pond. It was a small red boat that his grandfather had given him. Spud, eager to help, looked for the boat. He peered into the water, scanning the surface and the edges of the pond. He found it stuck near the edge, partially hidden by some reeds. With a careful reach, he managed to pull it out. Chip was so happy. He thanked Spud with a big grin, and they played together all afternoon. They skipped rocks, chased each other around, and even made up stories about adventures on the pond. Spud discovered something amazing that day. He realized that there was so much more to explore and enjoy outside. There was a whole world outside his living room, filled with new friends and endless adventures. From that day on, Spud still enjoyed his TV time. He loved his favorite shows and the comfort of his couch. But now, he also made sure to go outside every day. He looked forward to the fresh air, the sunshine, and the possibility of new adventures. He learned that a little bit of both was the perfect recipe for a happy Spud. Balancing his time between the wonders of the outdoors and the comforts of home made every day special.